Now, I realize I am preaching to the choir once more, but yesterday was just another case that proved my point. I had Miami as my latest 15-dime best bet winner. Dolphins yesterday, a 4-point favorite. Naturally, I bought the half point down, as I always do when that line crosses 3, 4, 7, and sometimes 10. Took them down to 3.5. What happens? Miami wins the game 27-23, and I win once again because I bought the insurance. I realize, as I always acknowledge, that for those of you that believe in buying the insurance, you're with me. For those of you that are non-believers, there is nothing that I can say that will probably sway you to the dark side. But I will just say this. What was the difference yesterday in spending an extra 20 cents on the dollar, spending $1.30 instead of $1.10 on the Dolphins to buy that insurance to make me a winner, than betting Justin Verlander and the Tigers on the road as a $1.35 favorite, let's say, in the middle of June on a Tuesday night? Absolutely nothing. And case in point proven once more, as I said, that buying the half point, either up or down, depending on whether I'm an underdog or a favorite, is the single most critical factor that has made me more money and saved me more money by turning pushes into wins, and probably just as important, turning losses into pushes than anything else that I've done as a gambler over the past 20 years, let alone as a handicapper, and it cashed in for me yesterday. Of course, yesterday I also went perfect 3-0 with my free plays, and it's a damn good thing the Dolphins won by 4 with me having them at 3.5, because the free plays were even easier, giving you winners on the Saints, the Chargers, and the Packers and the Colts going over the posted price. Now 23, 10, and 1 with the complimentary plays in football, NFL style, this season. And I've got a free play coming up in just a moment on tonight's game between Seattle and Buffalo, because I don't think that's the best bet on tonight's card. No, in fact, I think the best bet on tonight's card is going to be once again in the NBA, where, as I've told you repeatedly, the first 3 weeks of any season, any sport, is the time that we have the advantage over the odds makers. And we are going into week 3 of the NBA season, and I've proven my point so far by going 4-1 with my top-rated 15-dime NBA best bets so far this season, and 80, 55, and 3 with them dating back to the start of the 2009 campaign. And I have another one going tonight. Now listen, ultimately the odds makers catch up. They're not dumb guys. Never underestimate them. The lines get sharper. There are less mistakes on the board. But still, we have a little bit of an advantage here for another week or so, and I plan to take advantage of it again tonight. And just like the other plays, you can get it for over half price off by using coupon code HOOPS. Now, the big featured NFL play tonight comes courtesy of Steve Budin's Cali Cartel as they go for 50-dime NFL winner number 9 out of 13 this season. Their Monday Night Odds Makers Era Game of the Year, part number 3. Part number 1 was Minnesota 24-10 over the Giants as a 4-point favorite. Part number 2 was Arizona -7, 28-3 over the Jets. And part number 3 goes tonight, and you get it for half price by using coupon code HALF. All the other discounts, coupons, etc. over on the homepage. Now, yesterday, Brad Wilton, that amazing run of his, finally came to an end. Well, it didn't really come to that big of an end, but he had won, 10 of the previous 11 days, or 9 of the previous 11 days. And last night he had his 200-dime play on the Denver Broncos. It came up on the wrong side of the coin, obviously. So, hey, today's going for winning day number 10 out of 12, and he still has $10 bettors up over $42,000 over the past 15 and a half months. Let's get to tonight's game here. Myself, I think it's an interesting game. I've talked repeatedly this season, not only here on the video report, but also on the Countdown to Kickoff show that I do with Steve, about the Seattle Seahawks are not the Seattle Seahawks of old. For one reason, because the Russell Wilson that we are seeing this year is not the Russell Wilson we have seen in the past. That the injuries, the ankle, the knee, the latest one being the pec muscle, they have limited his ability to run. So you have not seen him stepping up into the pocket. You have not seen him extending drives by scrambling. And you have also seen him falter in the passing attack. The guy only has 5 touchdown passes. We're talking Blaine Gabbert-like numbers. Everybody thought a couple of weeks back when he had that 300-yard plus effort and 3 touchdowns against the Jets, hey, Russell Wilson's comfortable. He's going to sit in the pocket. He's going to be a pocket passer. That is not his game. The Seahawks need him to be able to scramble. They need him to be mobile in the pocket. The injuries have taken that away. And you've seen that Seattle has been unable to sustain any type of ground game because Marshawn Lynch retired, and the guy that they were counting on, Thomas Rawls, has been hurt all season. Plus, they went cheap with their offensive line, and the offensive line simply hasn't been opening many holes. So they've got a lot of problems there. They're counting on that rookie whose name escapes me from Notre Dame, who came back from an injury a couple of weeks ago against Arizona, had a productive game last week to be the catalyst to get the ground game going here tonight. But we'll see. I mean, he was productive, 125 all-purpose yards against the Saints last week, but the jury's still out there. Now, the other thing that has hurt Seattle here of lately has been the fact that Cam Chancellor, their outstanding straw safety, has missed 4 straight games with injuries. And also Michael Bennett, their outstanding defensive end, has missed the last couple games because of undergoing knee surgery. But on the flip side, you have a Buffalo team that has just as many injury concerns. You know, the Bills have lost 2 straight games, and it's coincided with LaShawn McCoy being hurt. When he was averaging 119 yards a game, they had won 4 straight games. Then he played with the hamstring pull. They blew the 17-6 lead at Miami, and they ended up losing that game as a 4-point road favorite. He did not play the following week when Tom Brady and the Patriots kicked their ass in revenge in Buffalo. Now, he's expected to be available tonight, but I ask you this, how healthy is he? And he's going to go up against a Seattle defense that still is pretty damn strong against the run, giving up only about 88 yards a game. Tyrod Taylor has regressed, but is it because Taylor has regressed, or is it all on him, or is it because he doesn't really have much of a receiving crew? Sammy Watkins is still out. Robert Woods has been bothered all season by a foot injury. Hell, they had to go get Percy Harvin, the one-time Seahawk, to come out of retirement on Tuesday, and he's going to play tonight. It's not like Harvin was outstanding last year for him in 5 games. He only had 19 catches. He came out of retirement. That's how desperate they are. Bottom line here tonight, I'm willing to lay the 6.5 points with the Seattle team that has won 10 straight Monday night games going back to 2004. That's 22-8 straight up on Monday night games against a Bills team that's lost 5 in a row on Monday nights dating back to 1999. Plus, Seattle's always been a primetime performer under Pete Carroll, 15-3-1 straight up under the lights. And you know what that one tie was a couple of weeks ago against Seattle, or against Arizona, in that cure for insomnia game. But I'm going to go with Seattle tonight. Listen, they're a 6.5 point favorite. If the line goes up to 7, naturally I'm buying down the half point. I'm just not a believer in Rex Ryan's team. I'm not a believer that LaShawn McCoy is healthy. And plus, playing in Seattle, man, you know what that crowd noise is at. And after going against the Seahawks with a free pick on the Saints last week, I think it's time to ride Seattle here this evening. So Seattle is going to be my free pick. That'll do it. I wish you well, and I'll talk to you again tomorrow, guys, when we do this one more time.